The Canadian dream for young professionals is high standard of living, home ownership, free education, free healthcare, and high level of income. The size and strength of Canadian economy make Canada a hotspot for young professionals. The median age in Canada is 40.3 years, and 36% of population is between the ages of 20 and 64. To see why so many young professionals are moving to Canada, we have to throw some light on facts about this country. Canada is a developed country with trillions of dollars of natural resources. It's an export-based economy, with oil and gas as its biggest exports. More than 70% of Canada's GDP is in service producing industry. The service producing industries are like wholesale, retail trade, transportation and warehousing, information and cultural industry, finance and insurance, real estate, scientific and technical services, management and administration, educational services, healthcare, arts and entertainment, accommodation and food, and public administration. These industries are the most flourishing industries in Canada, and for that reason they have a lot of jobs to offer. They require services that can be offered by people. Goods producing services can be replaced by machines, but service producing industries cannot be replaced by machines so easily and quickly. So Canada is in a perpetual need of human resources. Every year, its immigration targets are very ambitious, even more ambitious than any other developed country in the world. Among developed countries, Canada offers the most to its citizens. It is a welfare state. The most important thing Canadians are proud of is their universal healthcare system, which makes medical treatment free for people in every age and group. Apart from these benefits, Canada also offers programs to support families with children. It means this is the perfect country to settle down and raise a family. Among the major factors that make Canadian cities attractive to young professionals is vibrant lifestyle. In the cities, the presence of gyms, restaurants, coffee shops, bars, big shopping malls, playgrounds, swimming pools, skiing resorts, ice skating rinks, and plenty of other outdoor activities as well as indoor activities that make the daily or weekly part of people's routine makes life really energetic and full of passion. Career opportunities. The fact that numerous companies have their head offices or liaison offices in bigger cities in Canada causes the fresh graduates to start their careers from there. Big cities have also universities and colleges where employers conduct seminars and even organize hiring events. Even people who want to switch their careers or grow in their long-term careers have better prospects in bigger cities in Canada. This naturally attracts young professionals. Nightlife. Entertainment from late evenings to early hours of the morning is mostly available in major cities. There are thousands of pubs, bars, restaurants, nightclubs, parties, live music, concerts, cabarets, cinemas, and shows to interest young people. Opportunities for social and personal connections. Startup companies, budding businesses, and significantly huge population compared to other cities are certainly the reasons to provide maximum opportunities to those people who want to start their business. Cleanliness. One factor which is highly underrated in media. Canada is really clean. You immediately notice that when you land in the airport. Facilities are speckless, orderless, and squeaky clean. Provincial and municipal programs to improve water quality and air quality really put these cities ahead of other cities in the world. Canadian cities have been consistently ranked the cleanest cities in the whole world. We've chosen 5 cities for young professionals. The criteria for our selection is based on the ease with which one can find a job, build connections, travel within the city, find entertainment, find one's own community, and connect with other communities. Let's dive into the lifestyle these top 5 Canadian cities have to offer. Number 1 is Toronto. Toronto tops the list for many reasons. First of all, it offers the most diverse job market. The top 5 industries in Toronto are finance, real estate, technology, tourism, and life sciences. Toronto is the most populous city in Canada. There are almost 3 million people who live here. According to City of Toronto survey, there are 244,959 active businesses with employees. These businesses provide millions of jobs. Toronto City has 6 major universities, namely University of Toronto, Toronto Metropolitan University, York University, OCAD University, University, University of Guelph-Humber, and Université de l'Ontario Français. Among public colleges, Centennial, George Brown, Humber, and Seneca are popular ones. The presence of these institutions provide plenty of career growth opportunities for people who are already in the field or people who want to change their careers. The average salaries in finance sector is $72,000 a year. In real estate, it is $70,000 to $150,000 a year. In technology, $60,000 to $130,000 a year. Tourism, $58,500. And life sciences, $93,000 to $100,000 a year. There are a number of resources to find jobs and build connections. Apart from online websites and university portals, restaurants and public places arrange events. They charge small entry fee to these events, but these events are targeted towards professionals from same field. For example, there are events for tech professionals, events for finance professionals, events for small business owners. This way of building professional connections has become a norm in the wake of popularity of apps like Eventbrite, Cvent, Meetup, etc. etc. The cost of living in Toronto basically depends on the mortgage or rent you pay for the place you live in. Current one-bedroom average rent is around $2,300 in Toronto. There are cheaper or more expensive options are available in the city. The rule of thumb is more you are towards the center of the city, more you pay in rents, more you are away from the center of the city, lesser you pay in rents. When it comes to groceries, options are wonderfully great. One can find really economical place to do grocery on budget or take a trip to specialty store if one wants to feast oneself. It is a bane to own a car in Toronto. The traffic is heavy in these narrow streets of centuries-old city. Parking is hard to find during weekdays and it is very expensive too, starting from $4 an hour. The vehicle insurance is higher in Toronto. Luckily, the transport system is the most efficient one in this country. There are subways, streetcars, buses, taxis, and rideshare services available throughout the day. To travel within the city, bicycle rentals or scooter rentals are available. These options also reflect the green initiative Toronto had started some years ago. Healthcare facilities are some of the most advanced ones in the country. There are around 12 big hospitals in the city, which includes Mount Sinai and Toronto General Hospital. Availability of numerous medical professionals in the city ensures shorter wait times for walk-ins. Toronto is also a center of culture, arts, and entertainment. Different parts of the city are dedicated to different cultures. Places like Chinatown, Little Italy, Little Portugal, India Bazaar, and etc. exude multiple cultures. During summer, people from different communities commemorate their traditions over the weekend. Some of the most popular cultural events are Caravana, Salsa on Danforth, Pride Parade, Asian Nights, and Canadian National Exhibition. Events like Toronto International Film Festival and Nuit Blanche attract people related to arts and entertainment from all over the world. Nightlife in Toronto is one of its own kind. The last call is 2 a.m. in the morning, after which bars and clubs start closing, and after-hour bars and clubs start opening. Toronto is a city that does not sleep. There are many options to enjoy nightlife, which include live music, board games, billiard, axe-throwing, pool parties, rooftop parties, dance clubs, electro music clubs, stand-up comedy clubs, and even normal concept restaurants. If you ever visit Toronto, visit Cafe Noir, where all the waiters are blind and they are working without making any mistakes. The preferable language in Toronto is English, but having a command of French is also an added benefit. City number 2 is Montreal. When French and English blend together in right proportion, it becomes Montreal. Either you know English or French, you can make a living and settle down in this beautiful city. Montreal is European-inspired city. One can have a feel of Europe walking around on cobblestone streets between 18th century buildings and colorful 19th century houses. Cast iron centered intersections surrounded by European-style cafes and coffee shops are bustling with life. More than 50% of population in Montreal is between the ages of 20 and 59. The top 5 industries are aerospace, electronics, pharmaceutical, software engineering, and telecommunication. The total population is almost 2 million. There are 134,024 active businesses in Montreal. There are 6 universities including Concordia University, Université du Québec, McGill University, Université de Montréal, Polytechnique Montréal, and HEC Montreal. There are a number of public colleges colleges including Dawson and LaSalle. Because it is considered a student district, opportunities for growth are significant here. The average salary in aerospace industry is $92,700 per year, in electronics $51,500, in software engineering $89,900, and in telecommunication $59,241 per year. Building connections in Montreal is quite easy and highly professional. Many companies organize regular networking events, seminars, and workshops, and these events are very welcoming. Like-minded people can meet effortlessly. Just like every advanced city, online presence and social media presence is also very effective tools to connect with like-minded people. Cost of living in Montreal is very reasonable owing to low rents in the city. Average rent for one-bedroom apartment is between $1,800 to $1,900. Even the houses are priced 20% lower than the houses all around Canada. The utilities also generate insignificant bills. People who want to create wealth quickly do consider Montreal as a serious option to move. Being a compact city with needed things available at a stone's throw makes traveling unnecessary. Even if you want to travel, the public transport monthly pass costs $97. Montreal is actually an island on St. Lawrence River. It has a very efficient public transport system based on metro trains, buses, ferries. Taxis and rideshare services are also available, but bike rentals and scooters are the most popular options here. It is certainly not advisable to buy a car in Montreal. The streets are walkable and not enough space is dedicated to parking, which could be extremely difficult to find, especially near public attractions. Keeping a car can cost you $1,200 per month, compared to only $100 if you decide to travel by public transport. There is no shortage of healthcare facilities in Montreal. There are tons of hospitals open 24/7. The healthcare is comparable to Ontario healthcare system, but the provincial government has more control over the costs here, which in turn enable them to provide better healthcare. But physicians do lose interest and leave for better income prospects to other provinces. This has increased the wait times for appointments in Montreal, and finding a family doctor is also challenging. Montreal is named after triple-peaked hill named Mount Royal. It is the biggest attraction in the city by all means. Although different parts of the city represent different cultures, which the residents belong to, but the city itself exudes mostly European culture through its building structures. Summer here is quite eventful. It not only pulls in tourists from rest of the country but also from all over the world. 2-week-long jazz festival is an international event. Every year there is a celebration of French speaking. If someone wants to learn French for free, Montreal is a place to be. There are free classes available that will make you as good as native French speaker if you decide to work hard. A sporting event that city is proud of organizing every year is Formula One Canadian Grand Prix. It happens in Parc Jean Drapeau. Nightlife in Montreal is most unique. The last call is 3 a.m. in the morning, but special permissions are issued to bars to serve alcohol until 4 a.m. in the morning. Recently, there has been a push to allow alcohol to be served for 24 hours. This is in order to boost nightlife, which seems to have lost its spark in recent times. The nightlife options include bars, bar and grill, karaoke bar, sports bars, and cocktail bars. Number 3 is Vancouver. Vancouver is a city in West Coast. It is known for its film industry, theater, music, and arts. It is also the least cold and most urban city of all the cities in Canada. When it comes to natural beauty, it has oceans, mountains, falls, islands, parks, anything and everything one can ask for. There are around 700,000 people living in here, but get this, 75% of them are between the ages of 14 and 64. On record, Vancouver has the highest number of millennials in all the cities in Canada. The population here is also very diverse. The top 5 industries in Vancouver are film and TV, tourism, technology, natural resources, and trade. There are 113,240 active businesses with employees. The city has 5 public universities, namely University of British Columbia, Simon Fraser University, Emily Carr University, Capilano University, and Kwantlen Polytechnic University. Some smaller universities and colleges do have their campuses in here too. Langara College and Columbia College are two of the most popular colleges in the city. Without doubt, the education system in Vancouver is of the highest standard. The graduates are sought after throughout the world. Average salaries in film industry range from $40,000 to $200,000 a year. In tourism, $53,000 a year. In technology, $53,000 to $140,000 a year. Natural resources, $70,000 a year. And in trade, $90,000 a year. People in Vancouver like to go out more often, so going out and meeting people in person is the most popular way to build connections. One reason for that is residents do not have to stay indoors during winter because winter is pretty mild here. Volunteering, relationships with recruiters, informational interviews, industry events, and social media are the tools that can come in handy to know more people and build network. Cost of living in Vancouver is really not music to the ears. In fact, Vancouver has the highest rents in Canada. Average one-bedroom apartment can cost $2,500 per month. The properties are also some of the priciest ones. Accommodation is the single factor that brings cost of living in Vancouver to a really high level. Utilities, groceries, healthcare, and transportation is comparable to other cities. The public transportation system is quite efficient. There are buses, SkyTrain, C-Bus, rideshare, bike rentals, etc. Monthly bus pass costs $108, which gives enough access to transport if one lives and works in the city. Keeping a car is really expensive. It is not advisable to have one. If there is a need to travel long distance, car rentals are more economical option. Healthcare in Vancouver is similar to everywhere in Canada. There are 5 big hospitals, including Vancouver General Hospital and St. Paul's. Finding family doctor is challenging, but procedures like surgeries do not get cancelled as often, so Vancouver healthcare is up to the par. What makes Vancouver so special is its mild weather and access to water. It is not exactly at the coast of Pacific Ocean, but a lot of activity happens in Strait of Georgia that has many islands. There are water sport and cottage life here. Tourist attractions are uncountable. Owing to its diverse culture, life is very vibrant here. People from so many different religions, ethnicities, and heritages come together. English and French are official languages, but it is interesting to know that 50% of population has non-English first language. Among entertainment options, swimming and harbor cruises are the most popular. People also visit islands quite often through ferries. There are numerous beaches if you don't mind leaving the city. Tofino Beach is the most popular beach near Vancouver. Being home to film industry in Canada, there are many art, museum and theaters to visit for entertainment. Vancouver is famous for cocktail bars. Because of the population is so young here, nightlife has very loose limits. The last call is 3 a.m. but it is extended occasionally to 4 a.m. The options for nightlives are dance clubs, live performances, and of course, cocktail bars. Number 4 is Calgary. Calgary by all means is the most favorite city all over Canada for the people who want to move to a different city. The factors that make Calgary number 1 choice are low cost of living, lower taxes, and access to outdoor activities. Calgary is a budding energy hub with a new technology landscape taking shape. It is the fastest growing city with 1.5 million people living in here. The top 5 industries are aerospace, agribusiness, creative industries, energy and environment, and financial services. The number of active businesses in Calgary are 58,788. There are 6 accredited universities, namely University of Calgary, Ambrose University, St. Mary's University, Montreal University, Alberta University of Arts, and Southern Alberta Institute of Technology. Among colleges, ABM, Sundance, Columbia, and Bay River are known colleges. Calgary is also one of the best cities for international students. In fact, international students in rest of Canada move to Calgary upon graduation. Average salaries in aerospace industry is $92,838 per year. In agribusiness, $83,753 per year. Creative industries, $67,575. Energy and environment, $71,379 per year. And in financial services, $60,000 a year. Building connections in Calgary is a fun activity. Outdoor activities like hiking and camping are the most favorite pastimes. There are social clubs and groups that organize these kind of activities, and members of those clubs do share very strong bonds with one another. There are plenty of local events and festivals that could be really helpful for newcomers. Cost of living in Calgary is a blessing. Among our all chosen cities, Calgary has the lowest rents. It's around $1,700 to $1,800 for one bedroom apartment. The quality of building structure is also better than the prevalent standards here. Houses are also cheaper here. On average, a house costs you $700,000. One of the most attractive features for people moving to Calgary is lower level of taxes. Utilities and groceries are also comparable to other cities. The public transport system is based on C-train and variable bus routes. Getting around in the city through public transport is cheaper than owning a vehicle. Ride sharing, bike rentals, and scooter rentals are also available. The monthly Calgary Transit Pass is around $118. Calgary is an oil-rich province and it translates into many benefits, one of which is top-ranked healthcare system in country. The hospitals are very well equipped and doctors have better salaries than other provinces. Finding a family doctor is not a challenge like other provinces. There are 5 main hospitals in the city, which include Foothill Medical Hospital and Alberta Children's Hospital. What makes Calgary so special is its international ranking of the cleanest city in the world. Its proximity to Rockies makes it an international tourist attraction. Nearby Banff National Park and Jasper National Park are regular entertainment spots for Calgary residents. It is also a home for festivals like Firework Festival and Folk Music Festival. World-renowned exhibition Stampede happens in the city every year in July. It is a 10-day outdoor rodeo full of musical events, concerts, parades, and agricultural competitions. This event is over a century old, started by cowboys. Calgary has snatched the spot of party capital in Canada last year. Movement of young people in hordes from other cities to Calgary in last couple of years has invigorated the nightlife. The options are hookah bars, piano bars, concerts, live music events, and sports bars. Number 5 is Ottawa. Ottawa is federal capital of Canada. All government machinery is based out of the city. The old Victorian buildings house government offices and departments. Ottawa River, Rideau Canal, and parks give the city the most enchanting views. Over 1 million people live in here and most are related one way or the other with some government job. Top 5 industries in Ottawa are public administration, healthcare, professional services, retail, trade, and education. There are 38,868 active businesses, which explains that government is the sole biggest employer here. Over 400,000 people work for government. There are 3 big universities and 3 reputable colleges, namely University of Ottawa, Carleton University, St. Paul University, Algonquin College, Dominican University College, and College Lassite. These institutes provide job-ready workforce and also offer professional development courses for the people who are already in the field. Average salaries in public administration are $60,000 a year, in healthcare $55,800 a year, in professional services $84,200 a year, retail trade $50,000 a year, and in education $70,000 a year. In Ottawa, there are many community and employment connection programs organized by organizations. Some programs are also government sponsored. In fact, government issues social activity connection guide to help newcomers to spread their network step by step. Volunteering, company events, community events, and social media presence also help in building connections. The cost of living in Ottawa is somewhere around the middle among all our cities of choice. The average 1-bedroom apartment rent is around $2,000. The utilities could be a little higher than other cities in Canada because electricity costs more due to climate. The heating costs is higher during winter as the winters are colder here. Groceries are comparable to other cities. The transportation system consists of OC Transpo and O-Train, which provide numerous bus routes and light train. Monthly passes are available for $135. Ottawa is beautiful. It is surrounded by countryside and centered with parks, Ottawa River, Rideau River, and Rideau Canal Canal makes the city mesmerizing to the eyes. Being developed and rich, Canada keeps its capital in pristine condition. Among outdoor activities, skiing, ice skating, snowshoeing, hiking, and cycling are the most popular. It is interesting to know that Rideau Canal, that is full of boats during summer, turns into an ice skating rink in winter. Indoor activities are also gaining more and more attention from people. These activities include arcade games, axe throwing, bowling, escape rooms, and go-karting. Ottawa does have nightlife, but it's pretty moderate. The last call is 2 a.m., but bars starts closing 15 minutes before 2 a.m. Nightlife options are live music, cocktail bars, nightclubs, pubs, and restaurants. Some of the most frequented bars are City and Night, Berlin, Club Alia, and Heart and Crown. These are the top 5 cities of Canada for young professionals. Now the choice depends on you. Which environment do you want to live in? Canada is generally cold, but milder weathers are also available in some of the cities. My advice to you is to choose the city based on the sector you want to work in. You're young, it doesn't matter if you have experience or education in that sector or not. Once you start your career in the city, the doors start opening for you if you try. If you have any experiences, any comments or opinions, please share in the comment section below. Thanks for watching. See you in the next video.